Hello, my little gemstones. Moonstone Crone here. Lady Rosemary of Briar Rose Cottage on YouTube. It's been an interesting weekend going into this week. Now that we're technically Tuesday. I've been seeing some things on fibromyalgia. And today has been another day to voice stuff. My truth is that I have been gaslit about my my own fibromyalgia. My doctor diagnosed fibromyalgia, and since it is a day to speak truths and kind of mentally cleanse. I am a philosopher. That means I'm a thinker, so I have thoughts all the time. That is me, my life. I can appreciate and envy those people whose minds are just blissfully blank all the time. I've actually seen dogs who are like that. There's just nothing up there. But they're the happiest thing on the planet. And what I would give to have that. Absolutely what I would give to have that. Anyways, so fibro. There's, for the people who are interested in knowing what it feels like, I have two trains of thoughts as to what the pain of it is like. The fog where you can't think and you can't remember stuff. That's just like when you've banged your head really hard. Some of us do that. I've done that. And you just can't think. Or you've just had two thoughts. Sometimes people with ADHD. People with ADHD. It was so much easier when it was ADD. Anyways. Where you've had the two thoughts come in to the train station. And nobody knows which train. There's no conductor, so nobody knows what train. So your brain goes kind of blank. Well, having that all day, it just sucks. You sit there and you can't focus. You want to make a grocery list, and 2 hours later, you still haven't made your grocery list because you're just not there. So it's kind of like, not to belittle, I'm not going to belittle dementia. That's insanely bad. But it's that memory loss. It's just gone. Your short-term memory, somebody took it and threw it over there. Anyways, back to the pain. There are two things. And one, men will understand. And guys, when I tell you this and you watch this video, and your girlfriend, mother, sister, female friends or whatever tell you they have fibro and they hurt, remember this. One is take your foot and slam that baby toe hard as you can into something. Now, take that numbness and that pain and the tingling and everything that goes with that baby toe that has now been stubbed. One of the few parts of our body that will make us fall on the floor in a puddle asking for our mummies. Now, spread that all over. Most of us, head to toe, it's all over, all day, every day. Live that toe. That smacked toe that you brutally savaged by accident on the coffee table, or a cupboard, or a door, or a corner of a wall. For me, anyway, that is fibro pain. The other one is for the guys. And this one will hit home like it will never hit home. Never met any guy who has never crossed his legs and winced, and I've had a lot of guys in my life, brothers, friends, men. I've had 2 marriages and a failed boyfriend who needs to be run over by a truck several times. brought back to life, and then done again. Gaslighting bastard. Anyways. Ooh, she's angry. Take that moment. The worst moment you were ever kicked in the nuts. Take that moment. I'm an empath. I feel your pain. I have seen that pain. I almost died because I caused that pain. My brother and I were horsing around. I was swinging back and forth trying to kick at him. One hand on one cupboard, one hand on the other cupboard. We were kids. I think I was maybe 12 at the time. And then, hi, meow meow. Leo. And then, just imagine that pain. And what I did to my brother when I accidentally kicked him when I swung full force and he forgot to put his hands, because that was the game. The game was he put his hands in front of his stomach and his genitalia. And he wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention. And I swung really hard. I kicked him. I saw the look on his face. That's the look I have in the mirror every single day, all day. Unless I work on smiling. So, you can't see my fibro pain here. But some of my fibro pain mixes with my osteoarthritis pain, and I could choke people right now. I'm angry, so now I've got anger pain and on top of that. But, guys, remember that moment when the fibro person in your life says, I can't today. Because they have the kicked in the balls all over, all day, every day. This is an illness that is largely ignored. Conflicting information. I am now seeing lots of stuff where it's a central nervous system disorder. Let's get it out of arthritis. Because this does not feel like my osteoarthritis. On a good day, I can get up, be happy, and do lots of things, unless the spot at the base of my skull or between my shoulder blades. But those are the only two types of pain, because I have not given birth, I have not had children, wasn't given the blessing of that, so I cannot compare straight across. There is some comparisons, they say, between getting kicked in the balls and having babies. I don't know that. I will not speak to that. From what I can tell, my menstrual cramps were worse because they don't go away. This and that and fibro don't go away. You might feel like it's an eternity when you get kicked in the balls, but it will eventually calm itself down. Might take longer if she buried it. Women, don't do that. It's not a game. That is painful. And if you've had painful menstrual cramps, be kind to your guys. Most guys don't deserve. They attack you. They're obnoxious and your life is in danger. Bury those balls. But remember, pain is pain. But some pain is more excruciating than others. And fibro is that. So 2, stub toe, kicked in the nuts, but never goes away. Every single day. You learn to live with it. You learn to shelve it. You can't even tell the hospital or your doctor what your pain index is, because it's so much higher than a 10. So, peace, love, and happiness. Remember, be kind, especially to yourself. And if you have fibro out there, honeys, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. You have my empathy. Sister in arms.